All right, thanks for staying with us. The UN Migration Agency, that's the IOM, defines a migrant as any person who is moving or has moved across an international border or within a state away from his or her habitual place of residency, regardless of the person's legal status, whether the movement is voluntary or involuntary. So what's the causes for the movement that it listed are? Some of the causes are what the length of the stay is. It's safe to say that a lot of Nigerians have been migrating to other countries in search of greener pastures, and with the recent decline in the economy, the race to leave has increased a lot more than ever before. Now, do you believe that migration is draining the continent of the talent pool, according to what our president, Muhammadu Buhari, has said? And what's your thought on him asking the EU to stop the mass migration, that is happening? So now, since he's not been able to stop you from leaving, he's going to go and meet the people that are receiving you to say, you know what, stop receiving these people, send them back home. What are your thoughts on this? Now, please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. You can also tweet at us at PlusTvAfrica1 with the hashtag WaveShow. Okay, so the person that wanted us to push this topic to today, let me first of all report her. No, but she had to because she had work to do. But the conversation is interesting. So the first, I think it was Sanzi that sent it to the group. When Sanzi shared it to the group, my first question, I said, is this a joke or what? I don't understand. Why would I want to? So, okay, anybody that knows me knows that I love Nigeria. I've never harbored the thought of living abroad. What I've always had in my head is I go there on holiday and come back, right? Or probably go study and come back. But the thought of actually living abroad, away from Nigeria, it has never really crossed my mind, despite all the things that have been happening. But you cannot compare me and the people like the likes of me to other people that have seen that it seems like there is no hope for me. I need to find something, a greener pasture or something that I believe that probably give me an advantage to work. So on Tuesday, we had taken that story of the young boy that could not get an admission in Nigeria here because he was 28 years old. He couldn't get a graduate job because he was 28 years old, and he had to all the way to go and get a job with Bloomberg in the UK, right? So when a president comes out to say to the EU that you should stop Nigerian youth from mass migration, I'm wondering, is it that he's completely detached from the reality of the situations that young people are facing in Nigeria? Or, let me not say the other part, but let me hear your thoughts.
Well, personally, I believe that this request is made in futility. Because when I think about it, why are people leaving is my first question. And I would want to believe that that would have been the angle to which they would have directed their attention to first, before going to air our dirty linen outside. So why are people leaving? People are leaving. Young people in this context are leaving because of several factors. One is the fact that the country is not conducive for them to thrive. They cannot see a future in their country. Two, the fact that, that's number two, because when they cannot thrive, that means that you cannot see a future, possibility of the future that you want to see.
It's bleak.
For yourself, it's really bleak. Then other things that you think about is the fact that they have the opportunities they cannot see in their own country. They have those opportunities outside. The other day we talked about the young man, like you earlier mentioned, that could not find a job as a first-class student. And I'm wondering,
just because his age,
because of the age factor, and I'm even wondering, If a first-class student cannot find an opportunity,
what's the hope?
What is the hope of a 2-2 or a third class or even a
No
pass
class.
or no class? That is the reality of where we are today. And I would have wanted my dear Mr. President to have asked those pertinent questions. Why are we losing our young people? How can we retain them? You're now moving on to ask other countries that they should stop receiving. If you see better, you know go take them.
Life
Is my question. How will I see something that is good and is profitable to me, and then you say I should not collect it? It's not possible. These people have, over time, created the kind of environment that is attractive to bring in as many people who are up to the task in the place of competence, in the place of intelligence, in the place of skill, in the place of your person, integrity of character. Those are the things. Even Canada, if you're going to do migration exercises, they're going to ask certain questions. They want the kind of questions they're asking. They don't even hide it. We're looking for first-class citizens. So how are we making our people first-class citizens? How are we building Nigeria in such a way that it becomes attractive enough for even people to start? There was a time when we had a lot of I just got backs.
Yeah.
Because at that time in Nigeria, it seemed that things were looking up.
The environment was conducive.
It seemed like there was hope. It seemed that I can actually find my place in my home country. Because whether you like it or not, no matter how you live in other places, you will always be a second-class citizen.
Yeah, home is home.
You will always be that. So home is home. So when that happened, we saw a lot of young people coming back, resigning from their lucrative jobs abroad, coming back to find their place, find their relevance here. What happened between then and now? So that's my question to the president. What can we do to, instead of airing our dirty linen outside, let's ask ourselves those questions.
Why
and begin,
are people
Why
migrating?
are people moving?
Okay, let me hear your thoughts, Isi.
Aside from the fact that, why are people leaving? We have created an environment that is, like you said, that is not conducive for people to thrive. So the question we should also ask is, why do Nigerians thrive when they leave the country? Why? It is because we are tired of living a life where we do not have the opportunity to thrive. So what do? We seek environments, or we seek places where we can actually grow ourselves, groom ourselves, and survive and live without problems. And another question we should also understand, another thing we should also understand about this is that the fact that our dear president has gone to the Europeans to tell them, oh, you need to stop these people from coming in, is like a mother telling an outsider, beat my child for me. Don't allow my child come to you whenever I do not give my child food. You haven't given us that environment that is conducive enough for us to thrive. And you are not enabling us.
And you want to
worsen it. Another thing you should also take into cognizance is this. Why our medical practitioners live in Nigeria?
I think they're all boxed in one.
Why? Because we have come to an understanding that the medical profession is not given the cognizance that it should be given, the recognition that it should be given. We've not given that, taking that into perspective. Absolutely. Look at the educational system. You are in the educational system. You're looking for ways to make things work. Before you know it, look at this young man, 28 years old. They refuse to give him a job. Is it when ASU is on strike once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and at the end of the day, the young boy is getting older and older? Why won't people lie about their age on their resume?
Right.
Why?
So I found this quote, I think it was from William L. Swing, and I thought it was going to make very great sense to talk about it. It says, we cannot and should not stop people from migration.
Yeah.
We have to give them a better life at home. Migration is a process, is not a problem. So when you talked, I think both of you had touched on it.
Yeah.
My question to the president is, when you went to the EU saying that they should stop Nigerian youth from mass migration, did you tell the EU
What you've not
what
done.
you have put in place that ensures that if they do not leave,
There's
there
opportunity
there are
back
opportunities, there's safety nets, there are so many things that is happening for them.
Huh.
Because whilst we are talking about all of these things, it is interesting for you to just come out and say, oh no, blanket conversations.
Exactly.
Because what we need, and this is where I even want us to be very sensitive when it comes to the 2020 elections that is coming. You can't just
2023.
come anymore, 2023 rather. You can't come with blanket
Vague,
promises.
very vague.
You must come with data that backs whatever it is that you're coming with, so that we understand, yes, that we can hold you accountable to something. Do you understand? Because you cannot just walk up to someone.
will.
Like you rightly said, a mother saying that, I haven't fed my child. You go and meet somebody that if my child comes to you for food,
Don't give
chase,
him.
don't
my
give the food and
food.
come back.
Yeah.
You have not said as the mother, you haven't said that
I
have
fed
cooked
my child.
what's it called? Correct vegetable and pounded
Yeah.
yam in the house. So if the child is coming to you, it's because she's just greedy. It's not because I have not provided the
For
food.
the- yeah.
So the question I would have asked the president is, what did you provide as an alternative, right? What was it that you put in place before you now say to the EU? Because even the EU too will ask you, what have you done that you are making this demand from us? Given again, I understand that talent pool, because what he's saying is the truth. The EU, I've always said this thing time and time and again, they do not carry non-entities. They don't pick our agueros on the street and say they want to help us. The people that are leaving this country, when it was talking about doctors and all of that, they are the best
Top
of
notch.
the best, right?
Yes,
We are
top
experiencing
notch.
a huge level of brain drain in this country.
Yeah.
But it will continue to happen as long as we do not have the things that we're supposed to put in place. Now, take for instance, let me go back to, I think it was Apabio, that built the world-class hospital in Akwa Ibom. When I visited that hospital, I said, oh wow, this is beautiful. I mean, there's a hospital right here in Lekki Phase 1 by the junction.
Absolutely,
there.
you said so.
When I entered, I did not believe I was in Nigeria, right? So when you have successfully built that, of course, that hospital is enough to attract people, even doctors living abroad and all of that, to come to Nigeria and start to practice here.
Exactly.
But what are the other factors? I just complained about lights. I just, we talk about so many things that are not in place.
The most basic,
security,
the most basic
healthcare, so many
Ah.
things. So when you are offering someone to say, you know what, come and take up this thing, you must bring so before you say do not allow them, stop them from mass migration and all of that. There has to be some level of equity. So you are matching EU for EU. You are matching them, structure for structure. You are matching them, infrastructure for infrastructure, healthcare for healthcare, opportunities. What are the things that you have matched for you to not tell the person that wants to go in search of a better life not to go?
Another question he should have even asked is, why aren't your people, why aren't your youth
coming
to my country? Look at what we have to offer. Look at what we have to offer.
Why would they come?
That's what I'm saying. Why
are they? You talked about security. Are they safe?
Are they safe?
Is
do we have security to offer?
Is the quality of the lifestyle that they're going to live here worth it?
Well, I strongly believe.
Are they getting good education when they come?
Are their children going to get good education?
I strongly believe that if Uti were to be around, because Uti has lived abroad.
Yes.
Right? She always says that you're not always migrating to a greener pasture like we think.
Yes.
The only thing is that most of us, when we have gotten there and our eyes all clear, and because we've already done all the paparazzi living,
you cannot shame without
allowing to come back. So the thing is, where I'm trying to drive out with this statement I just made is, the truth is, when the president is talking about stopping mass migration, really and truly, the opportunities for growth, exponential growth and success still remains back home in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
So I'm not trying to just shade the president. I'm saying that we understand, because I'm sure that in his head, That's what he's saying, that we have everything. You don't need to leave the country and all of that. And it's the truth. And that's why Uti came back as at that I just got back season. A lot of Nigerians came back home because they could see the opportunities. And really, go and check. In the fashion industry, in the music industry, in the film industry,
a lot of
all the industries right now are heavily dominated by this I just got back people.
Absolutely.
Why? Because that exposure. So they are able to see through the opportunities that somebody that is homegrown, right, cannot see. So I get that part where the president will say, you know what, I do not want my young people to be coming into your country.
Wow.
But the only question I'm asking is that, what are the things that have been put in place that ensures that this migration doesn't happen? Because if I am telling my child, do not do this, do not do that, I must provide an equal and fantastic opportunity that says, okay, you know what, mommy says I should avoid this, but this one is as good as what mommy, you understand? So I can also take this as a better alternative, and that's what we do not have.
That's a futuristic truth that you were saying there when you were saying about the president hoping that it is possible. And that is even the more concerning angle to it. That these things are possible in Nigeria. It's just that we have chosen not to take the steps that require us to get there where we want to see. We're asking the EU to stop our young people from migrating, not looking at the core of what our problem is. So it's like going to cut the branches of the tree when the root is there. We know our problem. We don't need to deceive ourselves.
Absolutely.
We know what the problem is. The issue now is, are we ready to do what it takes to get there? A lot of people are benefiting from the way the situation is.
The chaos,
the delusion that, oh, everything is fine, is because we have told ourselves, we have convinced ourselves to believe in a lie. And that is why things cannot change until we tell ourselves the blatant truth and then begin to ask those questions. How do we get out of this quagmire that we found ourselves?
It's a real quagmire. On that note, let's go and quagmire away. Let's take some water. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Please, we want to open our phone lines very fast. Now you just tuned in. It's our ladies' night out, and we're discussing President Buhari. We're asking because he asked the EU that he should stop Nigerian youth from migrating, mass migrations. You should stop them from migrating to their country. So if you go there, they should return you back. In simple terms. Now, please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-4663. You can also tweet at us at WadeShowAfrica1 with the hashtag WadeShow. Our phone line is now open. You know the rules. Please turn off the volume of a television set when you do call. And the number to call is 07025 007749. Please, turn off the volume of your television set so we can hear ourselves, please. All right, so
it just went Nigerian on Nigerians. Please do.
Yes, so let me beg you. You know what? So we have a few comments. So maybe I'll start with you, Noma.
Okay.
Then Isi will take hers.
All right. Let's see. We do have a comment here. It says, "Good evening, ladies. Very interesting. It's like a parent unable to provide basic needs of a child. Hearing that a philanthropist wants to give the child scholarship and confronting the person to leave their child alone. I've never believed that I will one day start thinking of relocating from Nigeria. I love my country so much, but since the last 2 years, I'm planning on leaving." Okay, this person's being really honest. Why? In Nigeria, things have become difficult for most people, that even the ones that used to pay some people monthly have not been able to take care of their immediate needs. Till we get it right in leadership, most will still leave, even if it is doing cleaning jobs. Thank you again, BC. BC always gives us fantastic feedback
Contributions.
and contribution.
Okay, so let me take Joseph, I believe, from Kwara State. Thank you so much for calling. Let's hear what you have to say.
Hello.
Are you there?
I'm there. Good evening.
Hi, Joseph.
Thank you. Please, I'm really impressed with the topic you are bringing up today. Since, before we talk about electricity or other things in Nigeria, security is very, very important. Security is very, very important.
Security.
There's a place called Ogidi in Kwara City in Ilorin, Ogidi or Oloje, Okolowo.
Yeah.
That place is as in the kidnappers are there. People are known kidnappers are there. No place is safe in Nigeria again, especially the northern side. It's not safe. This is where we were born. No place is safe in that place again. And Nigeria government saying EU should stop Nigeria from coming to abroad. What is on the table? What food is on the table for Nigerians to take before stopping Nigeria going abroad? As I'm a graduate. I have 2 certificates. I have BSc and I have HND. None of it is useful. None of it is useful at all. And government is saying nobody should go to abroad. How is that possible? People will definitely go.
Thank you so much, Joseph. He's talking about security.
Yeah.
Yes, he was talking about security, and that's an important aspect, because
It's crucial, actually.
if people don't feel safe anymore, it's just like the situation in Ukraine now. We saw a massive exit of people, lives and properties. Once people feel unsafe, once people feel insecure, they will japa.
Life.
Whether you are in Nigeria, in Africa, or
Anywhere
in Europe, anywhere in the
Even
world,
the best of
Yeah.
economies.
once things go bad, people are going to look for
Ways
better
to
options.
go.
Ways to be safe, actually.
Yeah, Izzy, let's take your comment.
Okay, my comment is from Benson, and he says, "Greetings, ladies. Nigerian youth is a huge asset. Using just a minute, I need to get.
Okay,
my
no one.
glasses.
While you're trying to get your glasses, let me take Beatrice, I think, from Uyo.
All right.
Yeah, good evening, ladies.
Hi, thank you for calling.
Yeah, thank you. How are you doing?
Very well,
Good.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I really appreciate everything that is being done currently now. And I just want to give kudos to you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
Now-
much.
Yeah. Now, whatever the president has said is not a wrong thing. Because most of us will not want to leave our country to another place. As I speak with you, I'm a medical practitioner. Now, it's so painful. As I speak with you, I'm a medical practitioner.
Oh. Beatrice, don't listen to yourself. Oh, shoot. Did we lose her? Okay, so she has to, if you can try to call back. Yeah, so take Benson's comment.
Okay.
Okay.
You took off the glasses again.
Okay, my comment goes thus from Benson, and he says, "Greetings, ladies. A Nigerian youth is a huge asset. Using a parable of the talent analogy, since we in Nigeria are not able to utilize the potential of the youth, they surely will be taken or migrated to those that already know what to do with them. Sadly, the advanced country will continue to mop them up, and PMB can't stop it." Thank you.
I have this one.
Okay, so let me take Beatrice
Okay,
back again, then
all
I'll
right.
come back to you. Beatrice, thank you again. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Sorry, I think it was a network issue.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now, looking from the perspective of my own part, I'm a medical practitioner, precisely a biochemical scientist.
Wow.
Now, I work with the private sector. I finished from school.
Yeah.
Applied in tertiary institutions such as University of Uyo Teaching Hospital, University of Calabar Teaching Hospital. Even as an indigene, I never got a job. For the past 5 years, I've been working in the private sector. Okay, now, the private sector is the only way where the medical services are being done in a regular basis. Why did I say so? Because even in the tertiary institution we have, sometimes their diesel go off, there's no fuel. But the private sector is being owned by a person and he can deal with the business. But as it stands now currently, they are retrenching their staff due to low payments, due to low turnaround time of income into their facility. And because of that, is enhancing the people we are working for to overwork us, and at the same time they are paying us less. Beautiful. Now you tell me that I see an offer from the EU and I should not go.
Really?
What happened to the parents that trained me? What happened to the young ones that are looking up to me? Nigeria is a beautiful country. We have everything it takes for us, but the leadership is wrong. And until we turn down the leadership and allow the young ones to take charge, we will still keep moving in circles. Now, here am I, spending money still under the private sector, going to do trainings to enhance my knowledge in my field. But there are no machines and facilities to deal with this knowledge.
Oh my God.
What now happens to us? Is it that we have to sit down and keep waiting for the government?
Thank you so
and
much.
Our destinies are being delayed? Absolutely no.
Oh.
Two reasons why we go out or we intend to go out to the Western world is number one, to gain knowledge for those who are passionate about their jobs. Number two, to get the money. Let's be sincere. Because the pay I am being paid in a year in Nigeria is just like 25 days in the Western world.
Oh, wow.
Can you beat that?
Oh, wow.
Gathering the money in a year is equivalent to 25 days in the Western world.
Oh, wow.
And in the Western world, you are 4 days in, 4 days out. You can even still have time to do other jobs.
Things.
And you expect a Nigerian citizen not to see such offer to go in there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Another third reason why people are going there is for those who love the country. They are going there to go get the knowledge, amass the wealth, and come back to develop the country, which our own leadership is not doing. When I mean leadership, I'm talking of the president, I'm talking of the legislature, I'm talking of the executive. There is hope for Nigeria. Absolutely. But the only way we can have this hope is for us to be sincere to ourselves.
Thank you.
Right from the top to the least personnel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much. I can feel the passion. Imagine how can you beat that 25-day pay? Is equivalent to her whole year salary. So you cannot
appreciation from the.
Do you get it? So it is what we are saying now.
Is
this? I remember. Sorry, Norma. I remember there was a particular company that came into the country, and they wanted to match the international company. They wanted to match the salaries for like the steel workers with the way they were paying the steel workers abroad. It was our own Nigerians that said, no, you want to spoil them? It's 30K we pay them, it's 40K we pay them. Do you get my point? So we do not understand, value for people's time. We do not pay for value for people's time.
Humanity, everything revolves around humanity. When Beatrice was talking, it just occurred to me that you do not know the value of what you have until you lose it. We are paying for not paying attention to the citizens of Nigeria.
Exactly.
And the more we do not pay attention to them, other people are going to pay attention on our behalf. They can see the value. Look at the Nigerians that leave this country. You keep hearing amazing things about them, their success and how well they are doing, just because they have come into a system where they value the skills, the qualities that you have used to equip yourself. They have commensurate remuneration for it.
You know, let me take Tony. Then I'll come to you, EC. Tony, are you there from Lagos?
Yes, I am there.
Thank you for calling.
You're welcome. Good evening, ladies.
Hi, good evening.
You're welcome.
I want to say that you just gave me an opportunity to vent my anger and frustration.
Oh yeah, go ahead in 1 minute.
Because our president, I'm sorry to say, should I say that it's great for us. You see, I left this country in 2008. I left, at that time, there was a program in Britain. It's called Highly Skilled Migrant Program. I was a bank manager at that time, earning over ₦1 million. I went to the UK, and I couldn't find a job as decent and respectable as what I was doing. And after 1 year, I came back to Nigeria and continued with my job. This is 11, 12 years down the line. And I can tell you that where I am now, I am regretting that decision. I wish I had stayed back in UK. Because since I came back to this time, it has been, let me just put it that way. I've not progressed, and it's not because I'm not hardworking. I have 2 master's degrees, one from University of Nigeria, another from an international university in UK. I have over 18.
Oh wow, we lost you, Tony. Oh wow, sorry.
Tony.
He should vent.
Oh wow.
Nigerians are pained.
He must vent.
Nigerians are pained. I have 2
Comments,
comments
then
very
I'll come to
quickly.
Isia.
No
Yeah.
problem.
So this one says, where are his children? We're talking about the president. See what is happening with educational opportunities when universities are always on strike. You use 7 years or more to graduate and more instead of the normal 4 years.
Exactly.
And then this one from B says all the international clubs that have I'm sorry.
That's the wrong one.
That's the wrong one. But
Okay,
it's yeah. Go ahead.
What I was
Isi.
going to say is this, right? Nigerians want a situation where they can live in peace and not in pieces. They want a situation whereby, when there is this slang that, they are toughing. When you look at them, they know that they are looking healthy enough for one to say, oh, they're not suffering. They want people to look
More
at
like
them.
suffering and smiling.
Just
You know what?
okay.
Sorry, because we have Hope holding
Go
up.
ahead.
Yeah, gather your thoughts.
Yes.
Hope, are you there? Thank you for calling.
Yeah, I'm here. I just want to appreciate you ladies for this wonderful program you're presenting.
Thank you.
Yeah, my contribution is just this. Number one, does he really have right to, issue such a statement? I believe we have right to travel wherever we want to. Well, what I want to say again is, if that be the case, he has to balance it now, including himself and other politicians should also not be given opportunity for medical trip
I was going to say that.
to EU. So if you balance it, then maybe we can start looking at how to cooperate with whatever he's saying. Not that they will go there for medical treatment and, ban the EU, for seeking greener pasture. The opportunity wasn't even. I don't want to go into.
Oh, wow, Hope. Thank you so much. You see, we have a
I think
comment.
basically that is just my contribution.
Thank you so much, Hope. You see,
you.
it's the same thing I think Bensi was asking, that where are his children?
Why, and why wouldn't they mop up Nigerians?
Nigerians. Because,
Exactly.
it's one thing for you to talk from 2 sides of your mouth. You can't say one thing is good for this and it's not good for the other person.
What
You
is
must
good
be
for
able
the
to.
goose is good for the
Do you understand? You
gander.
must be able to find better. As I've always said, you must always find better alternatives. But let's take your comments, Isi, then we'll.
Okay.
Because we're wrapping up.
All right, just a second. And this one says, Dear Uwa, migration has been from the beginning of time as stated in the Bible and Quran. Man has been known to migrate for several reasons. However, to zoom on the specific reason of education, the president should lead from the front of his by first stopping families of his cabinet members and other government staff. He should fix education, electricity, security, health, infrastructure, decay, etc. And Mr. President must understand that charity must begin at home.
Let's take youngest old man. Youngest old man, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. I love your name.
You see, when guys are trying to jackpot because of Sakpa, It's a well-known thing. For me, I'm still a good fan of creating an environment that will enable people to prosper. Yeah. So sometimes we have a serious psychological enslavement in the system here. We've running one old system for the past 25 years, and they keep on telling us we're leaders of tomorrow. Guys got to move now. Right in you, you know there's something burning, there's talent, there's something you want to showcase. But the environment is not there. Nobody is trying to listen. No productivity. And the little you do on your own, they'll frustrate everything to the most minimal way. Even water doesn't know day. So I don't blame anybody that is Jackpot, you know. You understand? Because even the big men, they do Jackpot to go and get what they want, and they come back to come and flaunt to us. You understand? They just come and show us what they've achieved from Yankee. So we come out, that's to move. Even if it's Niger, you make a move. But if they create a lovely environment, then we stay. Seriously, we know what we're going through as entrepreneurs in this country. We are just so psychologically enslaved. Don't worry for sure.
God will help us. You jackpot because of Sakpa. I like that.
Let me just quickly this in. Let me quickly chip this in. There was a time, I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago, when we had this thing that was trendy on Twitter, before the Twitter ban, of course, when we had the then and now, or before I left Nigeria.
Yeah.
That picture.
You saw the picture. You will see Nigerians, the way they looked.
Very sickly and hungry, like
looking very scraggy,
and then the
looking
moment
stressed
they travel,
out. And the moment they travel, sometimes in 3 months, sometimes in 4 months, sometimes
in a year.
And the transformation is outstanding. Look, we need to understand that we as a people need to, step up our game and understand that the government, who is supposed to be our leaders, or our leader who is supposed to stand in for us, should, and give us all of the things.
So I think again, that's why we'll take it back to 2023 and all the elections and all of that. So we need to start being very intentional about the leadership. We can't over. Now you see why. You've looked away. It's just like what you were saying earlier, where you said that not paying attention, somebody else will pay attention.
Absolutely.
So we too, as young people, we did not pay attention to leadership. We didn't pay attention to who we were putting in positions of authority,
who would take care of our needs
of
as
our
citizens
sanity, of our security, of our needs. So now we know that this thing is real. Maybe we were naive, we didn't know, but now we know. So what are we doing to ensure that the right people are elected in office? Because all of these things, it still goes back to laws. I was telling you guys, my sister that lives in France, sitting down at home just because of the COVID thing.
Because
they
said, thinking about
Jonathan, they are thinking about you. They said she was shocked that she saw money. If you see the speed that she went, and she was dancing into the mall to go and shop, because she wasn't expecting that money.
Exactly.
But they said to her that they know that she had not worked for a period because of COVID, and that is why this was being done.
She to give her best to that government.
Meanwhile, our leaders were hoarding
our palliatives.
What was supposed to be given to us?
Quickly, in 1 minute.
Can I quickly chip in that?
Yes.
The president has a right, because it's just to refer to what somebody said when they called it. The president has a right to air his concerns, no doubt. But there should also be that understanding that the people have a right to choose what is best for them. And if the government that they look up to is not looking out for their good, they're definitely going to look out for theirs.
Absolutely. Yes. I was just going to say to Isi though, if I travel for 2 weeks, I was not meant to suffer. No. For those that are just listening out there, my life is meant to be easy and jeje. Because if I travel 2 weeks, I'm already glowing.
Exactly.
The other side, it's Nigeria, it's the Sakpa that is here.
The moment you come back,
the moment I come back,
the hot air, the air, Nigerian
the
air,
airport,
everything goes.
That breeze at the international airport
is a major culture shock.
Aside from the breeze, the officers at the airport will also stress you out.
The thing is, honestly, I just noticed that my complexion, I'm brighter, I'm looking very fresh when I travel, even if it's for 1 week and come back. As I come back like this, oh my God.
I came in once and right there, it was a night flight, and he said, please, the white pilot was saying, oh, please, everybody, please put on your torchlight on your phones.
Jesus.
Because there's no light.
On that note, Norma, you killed it for me. Before we go, Thank you, no Mefana.
rest
Thank
my
you,
case.
Isi.
I was shocked.
Before we go, do ensure you follow us on Instagram. Huh. Tweet at us, Abby, at PlusTvAfrica, where you can drop your comment, and more importantly, follow all our conversations and engagements online. Like, share, and invite your families and friends to watch and follow the conversation. If you missed today's quote, here it is again. Migration is an expression of human aspiration for dignity, safety, and a better future. It is part of social fabric, part of our very makeup as human family. This is from Ban Ki-moon. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.